This video is brought to you by Capbeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
What is up, guys? Back with another video. Hope everyone is having a great day today. Today is Saturday, March 12th. We're halfway through March already. That is actually pretty crazy. But today we're going to be talking about some stuff that I get a lot, and I mean a lot of questions about on a daily basis. We're going to be sort of splitting this up into two different sections. The first one is going to be how do you make money for sneakers as a young person, and also some tips that I have for young sneakerheads going through my experience of becoming a sneakerhead. That sounds weird, but sort of getting into shoes when I was in high school and you don't have a lot of expendable income and stuff. So I have some tips for that, also some tips on how to get money for sneakers and how to maybe save a little bit of money on sneakers. But before we get into that, make sure to hit that like button if you enjoy seeing instructional/informational videos like this. And also, if you haven't subscribed to this channel already, definitely hit that subscribe button. I put up sneaker related content, sneaker reviews, weekly sneaker rotations, unboxings, all of that good stuff on almost a daily basis. So if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Alright guys, so getting into the video, if you're a young sneakerhead, I'm talking like probably under the age of 17, and you don't really have a lot of time to get a job, or if you're under 16, most places you can't even get a job, this is some advice for you of how to get some money for sneakers, also how to save money on sneakers. So the first two things are the two most simple things. This is how to save money on sneakers. This is no mind-blowing information, and if you want to see even more information on how to get sneakers for cheap, definitely click the button in the top right-hand corner of the screen, and there'll be an entire instructional video of a whole bunch of steps of how to get sneakers for cheap. But these are just two really quick ones that I'll give you right now. First off, sign up for Ebates. It's a really cool service. I use it every single pair of sneakers I buy online. I use Ebates. It offers a certain percentage of cash back. Let's say I buy a pair of shoes for $100 off of Nike. Nike happens to be offering 7% cash back that day. Then I will get a $7 check from Ebates where I'll get $7 back for my purchase. So that's one really easy way. If you guys haven't signed up for Ebates already, there will be a link in the description. And another really easy way is Finish Line, Foot Locker, Champs. All those people offer VIP cards where if you spend a certain amount of money, you'll get a $20 gift code, or gift card I guess, which you can redeem on any pair of shoes. There's very rarely restrictions, like there might be restrictions on Yeezys or other super hyped up shoes like that, but most shoes you're able to apply this $20 gift card or coupon towards, and you can save $20 just like that for spending money at a store. So you guys always ask me how I'm able to afford all these sneakers, and to be completely honest, it's from the money that I make from YouTube. You guys support my YouTube channel, it lets me bring in some money from it, and I put a lot of that money back into the YouTube channel by buying more sneakers. I wouldn't have nearly the amount of sneakers that I have right now if I wasn't doing YouTube. That's not because I buy them just for videos or because I buy shoes that I don't like or anything like that. It's just that the financial income that I have from YouTube allows me to buy more pairs of sneakers than I usually would be able to. So for you guys wondering how I'm able to buy multiple pairs of shoes in a week sometimes, that is how. It's because I have an income from YouTube, and I put a lot of that money back into buying shoes so I can continue to make reviews for the channel. But as for how you young guys can make money, I have a few tips. First off, I would say shoveling driveways / mowing lawns is a really easy one. If you don't live in a cold climate and there's no snow or anything, don't worry about shoveling driveways. But if you do, that's a really easy one. You know, there's older people, there's career people that don't have time for it, there's people that are lazy, there's a whole bunch of stuff, and just, you know, go door knocking, ask people, hey, I'm willing to shovel your driveway every time it snows for, you know, $10 driveway or whatever you think your price should be, or I'm willing to mow your lawn once every week and a half or however long you would like me to mow it for, and this is my price. And I'm sure you'll get a lot of business from that. Also, scorekeeping at your schools is a great way to make money. I don't know about your schools, but my high school, when I score kept there, paid $10 a game, and if I did middle school games, those were really short. They were only about 45 minutes each, so I could score keep like 4 games in a night, which would only take around 2.5 hours, and I would get, or maybe closer to 3 hours I guess, and I would get $40 for 3 hours, which isn't half bad at all. That's a really easy job. You just have to press buttons and understand the sport that you're scorekeeping a little bit, and you get like $40 a night, which is not half bad in my opinion. It's a great way to get some income if you're too young for a job. And a third thing I would suggest, probably the easiest thing, if you have a family that is a bit more financially stable, then you can ask your parents, hey, would you be willing to pay me for some chores around the house? You know, I can take out the garbage every day, or I can vacuum the house once a week, or whatever the case may be. And if they're willing to do that, obviously that would be awesome. If they're not, or if your family doesn't have the money to do that, don't sort of beg them into doing it because, you know, that's their decision completely. But if your parents are willing to do that, that's a really good way to get some extra money for spending on pairs of sneakers. One cautionary thing I would have to say though, guys, is be smart with your money. There are so many more important things in life than sneakers and shoes, and when it really comes down to it, you should not be making that your financial priority. I probably spend around 20% of what I make on sneakers, and that is just because I'm young, I'm 19 years old, and I have a very large disposable income because I'm living at home and I don't have a lot of bills to pay. So for most people, I think 20% is a ridiculous amount to be spending on sneakers. I think it's way too much as well. So just don't make sneakers your financial priority. If you have $100 in the bank, don't spend all of that $100 on sneakers. Wait until you have $500 in the bank and then spend $100 on sneakers. Having money at your fingertips is always a very important thing. If an investment opportunity comes up, if you have a car crash, you need to pay for that. If you live in the States where there's no free healthcare and you have a medical emergency, having money at your fingertips is always very, very important. So make sure to be smart with your money. Don't spend all of your money on sneakers. Don't make it a priority. I never have to worry about waiting for a paycheck to buy a pair of sneakers. Just because I'm smart with saving my money, I don't spend my money on stupid things that I don't need. So it's never an issue. If I have a pair of sneakers that I want, I'll have the money for it. And I'm not super rich. I don't make a ridiculous amount of money or anything, but I'm just smart with the way I use my money. I save it for the things I want. I invest my money. I use it wisely, at least in my mind, and I don't go spend it on frivolous stuff. So just be smart with your money would be my one caution when buying sneakers as a young person. So that last point sort of segued into the second part of the video. I've talked about how to get the sneakers, how to make money for sneakers as a young person, but now I'm going to give you some tips. If you're a young person that wants to get into being a sneakerhead or wants to start collecting sneakers, I get tons of questions every single day about like, how do I get into starting to collect sneakers, or how do I become a sneakerhead? Well, those are two sort of different questions. How to become a sneakerhead, first off, just be interested in shoes. Just be interested in shoes. That is the only qualifying factor for a sneakerhead. I think you could have 100 pairs of shoes, you could have 1,000 pairs of shoes, you could have one pair of shoes. As long as you really love the shoes, you are into the shoes, you're knowledgeable about different types of shoes, and you enjoy talking to other people that are knowledgeable and interested about other types of shoes, I think that makes you a sneakerhead. Like, just enjoying shoes and sneakers in general makes you a sneakerhead. I don't think it has anything to do with the amount of shoes you have. But the other question is, how do you get into sneaker collecting? Now, this is one I would sort of caution you guys. If you're a young person, I don't think you should ever make the goal to collect sneakers. Like, I have a sneaker collection, but I don't buy any of these sneakers with the goal of adding to my collection. It's a pair of shoes that I like. I look at all of them individually. I'm not like, oh, if I buy this pair, then I'm up to 155, and if I buy another pair, I'm up to 156. Like, I just buy pairs of shoes that I like. The goal is to not create a huge collection, not to create a massive perfect pair type collection. It's just to have shoes that I enjoy wearing. So when you're buying shoes, make sure you are selective about the shoes you like. Make sure you're actually going to be happy with the purchase. Don't impulse buy is another thing I would say, but definitely do not have the goal of creating a collection when purchasing pairs of sneakers. Another thing I would say is, obviously if you're watching this YouTube video, you probably watch other sneaker YouTubers, and you see myself and a whole bunch of other people pick up cool shoes like on a weekly almost basis, and you're like, wow, I want all those shoes. I want to buy this Yeezy, I want to buy this OVO 10, and if you're a young person, chances are your foot is probably growing, and chances are you can't really afford it. If your foot's growing, I would definitely say don't buy the Yeezy, don't buy the OVO. It's gonna be there 10 years down the road. We all know that these shoes are not going anywhere. The resale value is actually going to go down over time. Maybe not 10 years, it'll probably increase by then, but the resale value goes down, and especially when you have an actual real income from a real job, then it's going to be a lot more feasible to afford these $500 pairs of sneakers, these $700 pairs of sneakers, than if you're a young person trying to save up for 6 months. Leads me to another point. If you are on a limited budget, like most young people will be, don't buy shoes that you won't be able to wear every day. What I mean by that is, buy shoes that you feel comfortable wearing with a variety of outfits. Like, if you buy a bright pink pair of shoes and that's your thing and you want to rock that every single day, that's 100% fine. I absolutely love that and good for you. But if you're someone that wants to sort of match their outfits and create, you know, sort of more styled outfits, buying a bright pair of sneakers or an out there silhouette like a Kobe 9 Elite High or something like that, and trying to wear that every day is going to be very hard. So if you're on the budget where you can only buy one pair of shoes every 3 months or every 4 months or every 6 months, then maybe go with something a bit more subtle, something that you still really like, but something that's more versatile and more wearable. You know, maybe a Converse or a Adidas Superstar or a neutral tone of an Ultra Boost colorway, something that you can wear with a lot of different outfits, and that will be able to be a staple in your rotation when you do eventually get more pairs of sneakers. This video is going pretty long, but the last tip I have for you young sneakerheads, actually I have two more tips. The first one is, don't listen to what other people say. Like when I was in high school, people said really mean stuff about my sneakers. I didn't care. Like, I'm not a self-doubting person. I'm confident in what I wear. I'm confident in myself. And you know, when someone says I have girl shoes on or I have shoes that look like they came from Walmart, I'm like, okay, whatever, you're a dick, but I don't really care. And that's the attitude I encourage you guys to have. You know, if someone insults your shoes, they're your shoes. They're not his. He's probably just jealous. He's probably insecure about himself or something like that. He bought the shoes for you, or at least you should have. You shouldn't be buying the shoes to impress other people. So if you bought the shoes for yourself, wear them for yourself. Don't worry about what other people think. If you enjoy wearing them and you think they look cool, that's essentially all that matters, and that's all that should really matter to you, even if people are insulting your sneakers. The last thing that I have to say, guys, is be patient. You're young. It sucks being young in situations like this that involve money, but the time will come when you have a career where you can afford a whole bunch of stuff like this. If you still want to get these sneakers 10 years down the line when you're out of college and you have a really good job, they will be there for you. There will always be cool sneakers to buy. It's not like Nike's gonna stop making sneakers 10 years down the line when you finally have a good job. So be patient. The time will come where you could have a large collection if that is what you want to do. But right now when you're a young person, just enjoy the shoes you have and don't always be looking forward to the next shoe. Just enjoy the pair of shoes you have. You know, if you get a nice pair of shoes today, savor it. Don't be already looking forward to what's coming out next weekend, because it's not monetarily feasible to be buying that many pairs of shoes when you're a young person. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you did enjoy the video. I hope you found some of this useful. It was just a bit of me ranting and rambling about what I found helpful when I was in high school collecting sneakers, and some things that I would like to pass on to you from my experience. But anyway, guys, if you haven't hit that like button already, please do. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video. So until then, peace.